Hello, and welcome to the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time full walkthrough. This will be a complete and full walkthrough, including getting every piece of art, every gold statula, and every side quest will be completed. My name is Jeff Willis, and this is the first time that I've ever done a walkthrough. This will be played on an actual Nintendo 64. So if you're playing on another device that has Ocarina of Time, like the Wii, Virtual Console, or anything else, you'll have to figure out how to follow along. When the game first starts out, we learn about Link, who's been living in the Kokiri Forest, along with the other Kokiri, but he is the only one who does not have a fairy. And a fairy has never come to him, which all the other Kokiri have. And he's been having nightmares, which we'll learn more about later on. When Ocarina of Time first came out, the graphics were state-of-the-art. It was the first 3D-based Zelda game made, although by modern standards, they're not quite up to par anymore. But I still think the game looks fairly good, even in 2024. So here we're learning a little bit about what has been going on in the Kokiri Forest as the Great Deku Tree is speaking to Navi. So here we meet Navi as she comes into Link's house. So here you finally get to take control of Link, and in the house, go ahead and just walk outside and walk out into the Kokiri Forest. And you get to now meet Saria, who is Link's childhood friend. if you run down the ladder, you can go talk to her. And she's real excited because a fairy finally came to you. The whole time, you've been the only boy in the Kokiri Forest that did not have a fairy, and now you finally do. And she tells you about how the Great Decker Tree wants to come and talk to you. However, you can't actually go talk to the Great Decker Tree first yet, because you have to go get a couple items, being a sword and a shield, before you're allowed to go into see the Great Decker Tree. So we're going to walk around and just show you a couple of the houses first. There's Midow's house. Open up various chests in the game, and they'll all have things in them. Blue is for 5 rubies. Green is for 1 ruby. That's a piece of a recovery heart. And a single ruby. Nothing really else here, so you can just go ahead and leave. The Know-It-All Brothers' house is up on top of here, and if you speak with them, you can find out every little thing about the game and how the icons work and how the map works. So it's a good way to learn quite a bit about playing Ocarina of Time if you've never played before. So you go and talk to all the brothers. If you read signs, all these signs tell you how to do various attacks, like a thrust attack, by pressing B and pushing forward, while holding restore, of course. Cutting grass in a vertical swing, just pressing B. And this sign here will tell you about how to go through the hole. So standing there, press A and push forward, and Link will crawl through the hole. And coming out on the other side is the first thing in the game that can actually hurt you. And I'll actually get hurt here in a second as I bump into one. And you can see I lose a quarter of a heart. So if you look on your map too, it shows you where things are at. But here is a big chest. Larger chests generally have bigger prizes in them. And Navi's trying to talk to me. She's trying to tell me that the Great Decker Tree wants to come talk to me. But of course we have to get our items before we can go see the Great Decker Tree. So, first chest, open it up, and obtain the Kokiri sword. And then you have to equip it before you can actually use it. So, pressing the start button and entering the menu, you can see the map, side quest, and the equipment that we have. So other than just shoes and a tourniquet, I now have the Kokiri sword. And I got hurt again. Oops. And running through grass, I was able to obtain some money. And there's another 5 rubies. So now it's time to go back through the hole and go back out again. So if we talk to this guy here, he will teach us how to do a few moves, like sideways jumps. So, well, Z-targeting. Z-targeting is very useful in this game. It allows you to target an enemy and hold the camera will maintain that enemy for battles. It can also be used for turning the camera angle. So as you try to look around a corner, you can use Z, and that will turn the camera to see what is around any type of corner or behind you if you want to look, turn around real quick. So go and Z target the rock, and by doing a backwards jump while Z targeting the rock, we actually obtain 5 rubies as well. and you can see different types of sword attacks. A vertical slice and a sideways attack. And while Z targeting any rock, we can do various jumps and attacks, just like you could with a actual enemy. And then you can see we obtained a piece of heart to refill our heart container. Learn about cutting grass. So all these signs will teach you useful information as long as you don't chop them down like that before reading them. And we already saw the thrust attack. Alright, so now we can go on and we'll look at a couple more houses, and we need to get a few more rubies as well. So if you run across these stones without falling in the water, you'll actually obtain 5 rubies. So we just obtained 5. Now we just need 4 more. And that can be obtained by cutting grass too. We can also learn how we can use Z targeting to talk to people who are not right in front of us. And that's what this create up on top of the roof is telling us. Yay, we have now obtained the Deku Shield. So now we have a sword and a shield, and we will be able to go talk to the Great Deku Tree. So now, you just have to go into the equipment page and equip your shield. So now we have both the sword and the shield equipped. Also, I've been saving the game every time anything major happens. That way, if you mess up and you die, or the game freezes on you, for whatever reason, you won't have to replay it. So now we'll talk to Mido, who's the guy who made the other guy cut the grass. He's not super nice to Link. They're not really friends. He doesn't really like Link. He's jealous of Link. He's a fan of Saria and doesn't like the fact that Saria likes me better than him. And he doesn't like the fact that the Deku Tree likes Link better than him either. So, but you have your sword and shield, and so he's willing to let you go by. And now we will encounter some of the first kind of enemies of the game. So these guys drop Deku sticks, so which are quite useful and we'll be able to use for a number of things in the game, including lighting torches and carrying fire. And we'll go and meet the Great Deku Tree. Thank you for joining me for the first video. In the next video, we will take on the first dungeon of the game, the Great Deku Tree.